right? So for the past 3 years, I've been in this role. Here at Forecast Industry, they put me before lunch, all right? And since you guys have asked, like, all of the people who went before me the mobility questions, we know that there won't be any mobility questions. So with that, I'm going to move at the speed of mobility, and that has some context here. So first off, I'm having a great morning. I rolled over, I grabbed my mobile device. It told me some key things. First off, it was going to be raining all day, and that the route that I was going to take probably is the route that I didn't want to take. It also told me that 13 apps updated, right, quickly, and these are apps that I think that just updated maybe a week ago, right, but those are kind of the norms. It told me that my car, I had a flat tire, which I kind of already knew, but it told me something pretty key. So this morning, it only had 7 pounds of pressure in that tire, right? So probably not the car to drive this morning, so we had to do some things to share a car, key things, right? And then this morning, a great thing happened. Mr. DZ came up and he briefed and he highlighted my team. So I got like my boss is here, my boss's boss, and his boss is here. So I want you all to remember that, that what Mr. DZ said. And really all of that has context, really. So when we got the call to put the apps on there, it was the North Carolina state and then later a South Carolina state, kind of like incident management type of application. I think one of the key things we figured out is we needed to move at the speed of mobility, right? We got to get an app on a phone faster than the storm can travel, right? And this is actually normal context in how we live our lives today, right? It's there. We don't even know what it's like to have to not have it. So next slide here. I'm going in the wrong direction. Okay, awesome. So this morning, the opening video showed the results of DevSecOps, which Dr. Herman talked about, which just so happened to be a mobile use case. DISA, through a trusted partnership, delivered a mobile capability that it met the requirements, but I think one of the key things that we saw is it exceeded the expectation of the mission partner. And that was just really through the, like, kind of a acute knowledge of the developer that actually developed that solution. And one note of interest is that that was developed by a small business that I met at a Forecast Industry 2 years ago. So I think that was a good news story there. So next slide. So we actually have 2 impending acquisitions, MES-U, which will cover all unclassed mobility, and MES-C, which will actually cover the classified mobility programs, the 2 that you see here. MES-U will serve to actually recompete and unify all of DISA's unclassified mobile enterprise services. And it will continue to build on EMM management using a commercial solutions platform. So really, we offer this as a service back to the COCOM services and agencies, and we will continue to do this. So what's the difference on the managed service provider contracts? Today, my team does a lot of the detailed work and working with 16 different vendors. With this new contract, and once it's awarded, we will expect that the actual awardee does those things for us, right? And we expect that we can do it more efficiently so that my government team can work on things more like requirements and the enhancements, right? Again, moving at that speed of mobility. MES-C will actually serve to unify the support for both classified programs. So many of you are familiar with DMCC, Defense Mobility Classified Capability Secret. It is the program that provides mobile services, telephony at the secret level, and also email services, and dmcc-ts, right? Telephony at the top secret level. When I started in mobility 2.5 years ago, we only had about 1/3 of the customers that we have today, so this is definitely a big growth area. And at that time, there was only about a dozen what's called a CSFC, Commercial Solutions for Classified Trusted Integrator. So it's a certification that you get that you can actually Google this and find out what are the requirements and how you become one. So now there are over 50, right? 58 as of today, trusted integrators. with a whole slew of new innovating solutions that can be used for increased capability and increased security. So, with that and with that growth, we're really excited to see, what's on the horizon. In my program today, we are experimenting with moving forward with data at rest capabilities and highly capable tablet form factors, as enhancements, and trying to see where do we want to go with this, right? And these are as a result of requests from mission partners. Okay, let's talk about this. MESU. So we are on schedule to release our RFP on FedBizOps next quarter. MESC. So I am so proud to say this year that finally that ship has left dry dock. A couple of weeks ago, we issued a draft RFP, and it is our intent in the next couple of weeks to release the final RFP. So last year, this month, we held an industry day where 34 of the CSFC trusted integrators came to hear myself and my chief engineer actually describe our current capabilities and the underlying architectures. So kind of akin to what others have said before us, right? We want to see what's innovative out there. This is not, and I think Mr. Montemorano, hit it on the head in that those of you out there who don't do business with us today, you have an opportunity, right? This is the whole intent of an industry day where we want you to understand what we're doing so that if you do respond to our solicitation, right, you have a good understanding of what we need. And 2 weeks from now, right, we'll issue the final RFP. Last opportunity, mobile content management. So this is actually huge. And this acquisition will not just be for our program, and this is for unclassified, but it's going to be for the department. And I think my Air Force partners who I work with on mobility will be happy to hear me say that this is not just for our program, but it is commercial-based cloud mobile content management that will be a catalyst for new applications. So some of the applications that we know and mission partners are looking for, it is electronic flight bags, digital libraries, and just any other application where you need large amounts of storage, whether that be for content or whether it's to actually put content inside of that. So, and in addition to these acquisitions, there are other countless opportunities to kind of work on mobile solutions. I think Dr. Herman talked about this. So if you know of an information system today, and it actually has a web portal, but it doesn't have a mobile web portal, right? There's an opportunity there. Or if it does not have a mobile application, right, a client application, there's an opportunity there. So,
can you clarify the intent of MESU? You mentioned that it will unify all of DISA's unclassified mobile services. Does this include the existing DMUC service in addition to the BlackBerry service?
Yes. That was easy.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Marcellus.